Okay, so here's the thing. The Order 1886 has been getting some pretty bad reviews. And while I understand a lot of those, I think that there are definitely some things this game needs to work on. I don't really think it's that bad. Give me 1 second here. My ears kill me. So, I'm going to just jump into one of the earlier chapters here. And I haven't finished this yet or anything, but you see like 2s out of 10s and stuff like that. And that's I think everyone being a little harsh and getting clickbait, to be honest. Because like the mechanics of the game are, oh, this is Gears of War, Uncharted. Like it's a cover-based shooter, and that's fine. And it's not, it's not the best cover-based shooter, but neither was Spec Ops, neither was Uncharted. These games that get a lot of love for things that this game is getting torn apart for. Now, you'll see right away there are some things to definitely dislike about the game. But let's just jump into it, okay?
Galahad, come in.
So the game is gorgeous. Looks really good.
Galahad, acknowledge. This is command.
I read you, Percival.
Enjoying a stroll in the park, are we?
Nothing quite like a chilly London morning to stimulate the senses.
Not to interrupt your little constitutional, but we have confirmation of multiple marks at Grosvenor Square.
What are our directives?
Rendezvous at the United
So
India House with Igraine and Lafayette.
You're basically like
Do you have it in
King Arthur's Knights. And so, okay, so number one, here's the thing that people complain about that I think is silly. I can't tell when it's a cutscene or the game. I'm like, I mean, I guess. Like, I didn't know that was a bad thing.
Right in front of me.
Good.
Like, the transition's pretty smooth, and yeah, maybe like a HUD element or something would help with that, but I feel like, for the most part, I haven't run into a situation where I'm like,
Yes.
oh boy, I don't,
SXM2 Falchion.
what's going on?
Good.
And these right here, these are just like, oh, take a look at our graphics, which are just dumb. They can get rid of them, but they don't, like,
We may be
destroy the
pursuing
game
federal
for me.
rights, but they remain civilians. Use non-lethal force whenever possible.
Understood. Are you joining us?
I have a small matter to attend to. I'll find you afterwards.
En route now. Got out.
Alright, so we're still in a cutscene. Boom, we're in gameplay. So, there you go. It's not that hard to see. Like, he goes back to an animation that, like, shows, like, I'm in game stance now. But this is the other part, right? So I can't move faster than this. The game wants you to take it like a pace, like it is the cinematic movie thing. And video games don't really need to be that. So, I get why they're making you walk through it. This is like, you just walking to a thing. It's not like you're going to be sprinting through a house or anything. But as a guy, playing a video game, it's kind of silly. Because you want to just get to the point to start shooting people in the face. But, so, I mean, yeah, you could take it as like it's slowing it down so you pay attention to just some of the detail and some of the feeling of the game. There's, yeah, I can read all this crap, but I never do. You can also argue too, like the big thing about this game is they letterbox it. I'm pretty sure it's so they could get more graphical fidelity and go cinematic widescreen, blah blah blah. That it hasn't bothered me playing the game so far. Like I don't think that it hurts the action necessarily or anything like that. But it's that other thing too where they're trying really hard to push the idea that this is like the cinematic thing, and they don't. You've heard it in many things before. It's not. It doesn't need to do that, but also if it's going to do that, it could do better with like some of its cutscenes and stuff too. Doop. But the game's pretty slow paced. Like, when the action hits, I think it's fun to play, and I'm interested in kind of the.
Any word from Lafayette?
Negative.
Sorry. I'm interested in the world. The things that they built, And I haven't finished it, but I've heard it doesn't pay off, but we'll see.
I know your concerns, but trust me, he's a good lad.
Did you say so? In any case, I have no time to. I'm assigning the last few constables to their posts.
I'm still forced to walk this area. Yeah. So this can be taken as a very big bummer to pad out some of the length, maybe.
See that you cordon off the entire district, and do it quietly. How did you arrive here so quickly?
Skill, love.
I must admit, you do move fast for a man of your age.
A knight cares to be reminded of his decrepitude by a fair damsel.
My lord, this damsel would never be so callous as to do such a thing.
Sure is he. Would you ever? Who are the marks?
Bedlamites, running amok. Percival thinks it could be a rebel subterfuge. Let's hope you haven't lost your edge.
Remember who trained you?
He was the best. In his day.
Was.
You're still pretty good. But I'm better.
Yes, ma'am.
Igraine, come in.
Acknowledge, Percival.
Okay.
Multiple escapees.
I think we're almost to some action here.
The United India Underground Station. Intercept with caution.
Understood.
See, and here we go. Ready?
Gray, let's move.
There you go. It's not that hard to figure out. I don't know. I know it's a big... Like, I've heard the complaint a lot, but... You know, there's still that kind of stuff, too. I'm still forced to walk, though. Until they tell me I can. There we go. Alright. Good. Let me get a little jog going. But the pace, like, you know, once it starts getting into the actual game, it's not... There's not that much, like, force walking as I just did. Like, it's still in the game, though. It's still very much like, you know, oh, we'll walk through this part to try and make this more like a realistic thing. And it's a video game. We don't really need to worry about it, you know?
Just stay out of our way. I'd hate for you to get shot by mistake.
Trouble?
The usual trigger-happy mercenaries.
The United India Company prefers its minions enthusiastic.
The last thing we need is a band of hired guns causing more havoc. I've told them to remain on lockdown.
So yeah, I did want to start with this level 2, not only is it because it's earlier in the game, but also it does show the frustrations of what people do have complaints for. And I'm not saying all of them are invalid, but I don't think they should be as harsh as some people are making them. And, you know, this is the beginning of the game, so of course they're going to take a little bit longer to get the action, but I'm not going to, you know, the game does take a little while to get moving.
Galahad, take cover! Let's get to work.
And this guy sucks, by the way. He just stands right in the open. Whoa, that should have been a headshot. Come on, there we go.
Target down.
There we go. Woo.
We're clear.
Move up.
So this is one thing that I do have a complaint with, because I just don't get why anyone wouldn't do it the Gears way. So circle goes into cover, but X is how you vault over. You know, why not just make your cover system all one button? That's all it needs to be.
Get out of here, find some weapons. You two, get your asses over here, I need help.
The cops are running away, I guess. But yeah, so like circle will go there, you think like, I want to go to, you know, of cover ahead of me, or so. It doesn't flow as well as Gears of War. Like Gears of War is all about bounding cover to cover. Switch to my main machine gun here. Like I have to, you know, vault and cover. It just should all be one thing. But all in all, like it's still like a decent third-person cover-based shooter. I'm also a bad shot here. Sorry. I do like that it does flash red when you take them down, though. It's kind of nice. But yeah, like I just want I want the cover to be more fluent, because I feel like we've gotten to the point where, you know, we've really nailed these cover devices, and I don't Like, the only thing I have is to just kind of stick to and unstick to cover for the most part. Like, there is a cover swap, but let's see if I can do it up here, maybe. Yeah, that's like, you know, I can't do, there's no switch corners on the cover, there's no go to the one in front of me, it's just side to side. So, I don't know, that did bug me. It's not as nice.
Help! Bugger off! Damn it!
Whoa, 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 whoa. And now I know another complaint too is the field of view. I'm not even gonna argue with that one. That's, you know, it's there. Like when you aim down, there's blur wherever you're not looking, kind of thing. I mean, I understand the artistic reason, but it's just gonna be, you know, it all boils down to it's a video game. Stop being weird, I guess. Where am I at here? By the way, there is no crouching. A lot of the animation stuff like that is dynamic. So, you know, a la like something like Tomb Raider. However, I think in Tomb Raider's case, the dynamicness of her position is based on like, oh, if I'm in stealth or not. Very similar to Uncharted 2.
Izzy! Are you alright?
Damn it!
So this is how these Knights of the Blackwater, you know, and it like steals the runes like Wolverine or something.
They're slaughtering them. Ready?
Let's get rid of this scum.
Yeah.
Smoke grenades.
Right.
Smoke out!
All right, let's go.
The boobies are pushing!
Oh. So yeah, a lot of the stuff in this game too is context sensitive. So there's no melee button, but it's like if I run up to this guy and hit. Oh, well, he's dead now. Yeah, okay. Well, I won't show you until I find another dude. But like your melee is context sensitive. So, well, I should have hit him. I'll go hit somebody here just to, yeah, like triangle pops up and then it does this like animation where you beat the tar out of some dude's face. And that's how like dodging works too. It's another weird complaint where when you look at games like Gears of War 3, like that genre has been done really well. And so when those mechanics aren't, you know, I don't want to say they have to be lifted, but they should be.
Hey, back off!
Oh, all right. They should be as good as that though. You know, like I can't hit X and dodge side to side,
We need to get up
but
there.
I can if a werewolf was jumping at me, you know, or I'm sorry, Lycan. So yeah, so it's weird that, you know, it doesn't just give you the freedom of all that stuff. I'm trying to think if we get to a spot where we'll see a Lycan.
We should clear the second floor.
I wonder if we. Oh, of course. I don't think we can skip cutscenes. That sucks.
Everything to your liking thus far?
Quite.
Especially when I've already played this chapter.
London morning.
Indeed.
Although I do hope that was only the beginning.
Heartthrobs.
Ladies first.
You ever wonder what these games would be like if the protagonist wasn't like so growly about everything?
You think we'll get to shoot a few of
I gotta take down all these people.
Huh?
Alright, so to clarify my original statement though, I think that, you know, like I said, I think that there's definitely reasons for concern in this game, and it's not as good as you want it to be. but I don't think it deserves to be getting ragged on as much as it does. And I feel like I'm just playing this like crap now. I feel like most of the people that I've seen in like comments or stuff like that, like the people are like, yeah, you know, I've been playing this. This is really good. Like they seem to be enjoying it for what it is. But most would agree it's not a $60 thing. Because like, I mean, not only are you kind of disappointed with the fact that it's not as good as it could be. You know, there's no value proposition for it when it comes to like, you play the single player and that's it. Like there's nothing else. There's no branching paths. There's I should have been paying attention to what I'm doing here. Oh, there's no branching paths, there's no multiplayer, there's no co-op, there's no kind of reason to play it again. I think this looks funny, but... Alright. Yeah, so I mean it sucks that it'll cost so much for so little, because the campaign is pretty short. But, I don't know, like at the same time, like it... okay, no. I think if it was a $30 game, I'd recommend this to more people, right? But I think that I would still recommend someone play through the game because it's not a bad game. And I think that's the thing that stinks about, you know... I don't know if Spec Ops had a multiplayer or anything. I know that game didn't get great reviews, but it got pretty good reviews. And I feel like this is in that same boat. It's like a mediocre, decent game with some tech that's very pretty. It's the Killzone 2 Uncharted 1 scenario where you have this foundation for something really awesome, and you know maybe that's not the best. Like you go back to Killzone 2, like play this, just talking single player, because I know people feel different about multiplayer for Killzone 2 and 3. But if you look at the single player of Killzone 2, it's a pretty basic thing. It was a really good showcase for everything. I feel like, you know, same thing with Uncharted 1. It's an okay third-person cover-based shooter with some bad pacing problems when you go back to it compared to its predecessors. Or, I'm sorry, successors. You know, like, some things go on too long in Uncharted 1, and there's less of the adventure and trying to be more of the shooter, and they cut so much of that down in 2 and 3 to focus on the things that really worked. So, you know, the Order could be that game. You know, the Order could be, like, here's our proof of concept. Next time we need to make more of a game. And maybe add some multiplayer. That's kind of a weird thing too. Like the multiplayer could be something really cool with werewolves. I don't know. Just saying. It'd be fun if this game was co-op. But yeah, so you know, I think it's a mediocre game. If I had to rate it out of 10, maybe 6.5. Maybe. You know. So I'm not saying I'm going to praise this game by any means, but I did want to at least say it's not complete bullcrap like most things would tell you. There are definitely some issues. I wish I could skip this scene, but, you know, when being forced to walk, the cover not being as fluent, but everything else seems really neat. Like, I know another complaint, too, is that you will get these special weapons. Like, they have ones that, like, shoot lightning or shoot sulfur pellets out so you can, you know, explode the area and kind of wipe dudes out. There's some neat things in there, but you don't get them that long. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to walk around with those guns all that long. Like, they're good for situational things, and then you just kind of get rid of it and you go... Cool, I used that, but I'm playing a shooter. I need some guns, you know. You wouldn't want to be shooting sulfur pellet rifles at werewolves because they're just going to move out of the way and they're going to claw your face off. But yeah, I mean they're neat though, and I would love to see more of them. But I don't want them to be the primary weapons of the game. In all honesty. But we'll get to this next part and then we'll call it because I think you know this will be good enough because the. This will show off the context-sensitive dodging and why that's silly, but it'll also show it'll show a lichen, and that's always fun.
Sentinels are continuing their overhead sweep. We will alert you to any sightings of the escaped patients.
Acknowledge.
But yeah, you're basically like the
Are you making any headway?
protective force of London, you know.
Lafayette and I have decided to split our search.
Oui, mademoiselle. But I have not met any resistance yet.
There's a little bit of this. I haven't run into much of it. There's some like rooftop running and stuff that I've done later, and that that's a little more in place and didn't seem as awkward as this slow climbing here. But whatever, it's not like a big deal.
I had a feeling I'd beat you here. Remember,
I couldn't find her the first time. Like, where is she talking from? So these ones are kind of pushovers.
Make that more than one.
Thanks, Galahad. These ones are kind of pushovers because they're half-breeds. Oh. There are, like, bigger Lycans. I think they call them elders. I love the transformation as they die, like, coming back to... They, like, as they're being destroyed, you know, they're going back to being, the dudes. Yeah, so that's the only time you can roll out of the way. It's when it's context sensitive. And that's just, it's just kind of weird that it's not a normal thing. It's not like X does anything else, you know? But yeah, there's these elders. They're like big Lycans. Those are intimidating. They're a little like, they add some tense moments to the game. I like that. But these ones, you know, I'll just stand in this corner and I won't even turn around because I know he'll be right there, you know? I'm not too intimidated by this guy because in this spot they were pretty easy to take down. Come on. Do it. Oh, you know what? No. We'll go this next spot.
I slew most of them. The last one got away. Igraine, I need your arc gun. I'll head up to street level and keep after him. You two go that way and head him off.
Understood.
Yeah. Whoa, low textures. Come on, the Order. I thought we were better than this. So, now we have my lightning gun. But this is a chase sequence. Yeah, maybe this game is a little too linear for its own sake, though. You know, like, you know, when you look at games like Uncharted and, you know, like I said, Spec Ops and stuff, even Killzone 2, like, there's a little more room to kind of move around and do your thing. He's a little more tunneled in. But anyway, that's the Order. There's not a whole lot more to show until, you know, I spoil the rest of the game or something. But I figured we'd just at least do a quick look on it. You know, I recommend at least trying it. You know, I wouldn't say it's worth 60 bucks, but I would definitely say it's not a 2 out of 10. But that's me, Eddie, 20 Eggs, Studios, and the Order.